real with you all, and I don't just, I know I always talk to you about that I keep it real with you all, and I don't just show you the highlight reel of my life, I show you the real shit. But there's just some things that have gone down in the past 48 hours that I just don't know if I can share with the world in social media. And it's killing me because I'm like, am I being fucking a fraud to everyone I preach to? So, you know, the thing is, like, I like to keep it real when it involves me, my opinions, what I'm going through. But when other people are included and they're not like me, and I know that airing their dirty laundry is completely different because they're not all open. A lot of them are private. That's where it makes me feel like I gotta like shut the fuck up and I can't just talk to you all. But what I can tell you is that John and I got hit with something that threw us for a loop, personally and business. And this couldn't have happened at a worse time, to be completely honest. And we have to figure shit out. So we're gonna be pulling an all-nighter, and not the kind of all-nighter that I like, which is making love. It's making love. What am I? It's business shit. So just wanted to be honest with you all as much as I can be. I had some random message me tonight, like, seems like there's always something drastic happening in your life. And I'm like, first off, no. You have to understand that when you keep making moves the way that John and I do, and you keep leveling up, and you don't stay stagnant, things happen, things change. Things go from here to here to here to here. Do you understand? But when you just live a basic life and you stay in your comfort zones, that's why things don't drastically happen to you. But when you're trying to always level up, be a better version of yourself, do big things, take risks, that has a reaction. Do you understand? Sometimes the reaction is huge success, and sometimes the reaction is failing. So you guys have to understand something. If you are in your comfort zone too much and things aren't happening, things aren't buzzing, you should be worried. You should get yourself out there, put yourself out there, and take a risk. Do something for yourself. I'm done. Also, another thing that someone messaged me, it's amazing the kind of messages I get sometimes, of someone saying it doesn't seem like John and I have the same wave of friends all the time, that every year it changes. And it does. And I don't want it to be that way. But in regards to my other Instagram story, when you level up and the people in your life don't, they get left behind. When I see people that have been friends for years, I think one or two things. Wow, they're so lucky that they are friends for this long. Or two, they both must be in comfort zones and keep each other stagnant and enable each other. It's one or the other. It's either the positive or the negative. And John and I, every time we level up, every time we learn something new, and every time life gives us a hard lesson, there's hard decisions to be made about the people in our life and who's toxic and who isn't. And that's why you see a change in our friendships sometimes. Just being real. John and I, we love hard. Do you understand? Some people go into life skeptical with guards up. We don't. We give everyone a fair chance. Not being skeptics, no guards. We just get in, we love you up, we treat you good. Bam. When you hurt us, you're out. You're out. Do you understand? Then you lose our trust. And because we are around a lot of people and we have a very social life, we meet a lot of people and we give everyone a chance. And that's why you see people in and out of our life, because they ruin it. Because they came into our life and then we removed ourselves from them and the friendship because we saw very toxic lifestyles and behavioral patterns. Do you understand? Do you understand? But I will never change that about John and I. That's one of the things I love about John and I, is that we always give everyone a fair chance. We never let one person who fucks us over ruin it for the next new person that we meet. Okay, now I'm really done. I gotta get some sleep.
if you don't mind sharing a bit.
So when John and I originally started Hustle and Flow, I never thought it would be what it is right now, as large as it has become. And you guys have to understand something, that we are photographers that learned a lot of business stuff along the way, and then we started teaching. In no way, shape, or form have we ever been through formal training of being teachers and educators and managing hundreds at this point, hundreds of different personalities. So every time we launch a workshop, we launch a private Facebook group for each city. And there are so many different energies and vibes in each Facebook group. And this morning we woke up to one of the Facebook groups in the cities, and people were voicing their opinion about food and desks and lack of, because we don't provide desk at Hustle and Flow, and their feelings on it. And I got really offended. And so one of my flaws and also strengths is that I'm witty and I'm quick and I'm a reactor. But I'm witty and I'm funny, and it's good being a quick person when it's positive, but as a negative, I'm also quick and reactive when I'm pissed off, and that's when I tend to, rub people the wrong way, and that's not what I want. So in my therapy session this week, my therapist and I are going to help me think before I react when I'm in a negative headspace. That being said, because John and I have had no formal training to manage so many different people and personalities, I mean, the alumni group, people who have already been to the workshop, is around 520 people. And then we still have another 300 people total that have bought tickets for this year. And I don't want to lose my mind doing this. And I don't want to feel like I'm dreading being a teacher and an educator. And I'm trying to figure out how to do this the most healthy way for my family, for Pepper, for John, to live our life, but still be active in the community and help people, and then also deal with people that don't mesh well with me and John or me. Does that make sense? So I'm letting you guys know that I am flawed, and there's no way that you're never gonna not hear some negative shit about us as people. Not our workshop, but as people, because I am fucking person and I have flaws just like you do. You're just not putting yourself out there to almost 800 people teaching them. So your flaws can be hidden in private and in secrecy, or just around your little friend group, but mine's out in the open. Anyway, the reason why I'm making this Instagram story is because I'm trying to make sure that I am the best, putting each foot forward, and I'm reading Dare to Lead by Brene Brown. Brave work, tough conversation, whole hearts. I was recommended this book, and I'm going to read it within the next couple days, all of it, and I'm going to fucking be my best self this year. I'm going to really try. So, just being honest with you all. It's hard. I'm not posting this to get a pity party, but making sure 35 wedding clients this year, plus hundreds of Hustle and Flow people this year, are happy and felt heard, and John and I have to be accommodating. The pressure of that plus a kid is not something that the everyday average human goes through. There are days, the reason why I haven't been on Instagram stories much is because I haven't been feeling the pressure, and John and I have been facing with challenges that we didn't know we would have to face, and it's been a lot. So I'm trying my absolute best to be the best. It's not just charging $1,500 teaching for a day and living our life. The responsibility that comes with it is a lot. Not complaining, I'm just taking one day at a time and trying so hard to keep it together and stay strong. You guys have no idea the shit we go through behind the scenes. No fucking idea. But we're not giving up, and that's what you need to know. I'm gonna be honest with you. Pepper's in the bathtub. I'm here on the bathroom floor at the hotel. Being away from home is hard. 3 weeks on the road is hard. Living in a hotel is hard.
And working is too hard.
And working's hard. I don't know how singers go on tour for weeks and weeks, sometimes months at a time. I don't know how they do it. This has been a mental challenge. And as much as I absolutely love teaching, I get in front of the class of 60 people and I see their faces and I'm like, all right, bring it for them so they can be helped. But then I come back here and I'm just like, takes a lot out of you. All right, we're watching The Bachelor.
We're watching The Bachelor.
All right, what do you think about Colton?
He's boring.
He's boring.
Yeah. Because the boys like him. Why do you always laugh about that?
It's funny.
It's not.
Oh, excuse you. I've had a lot of messages of people messaging me being like, so many business workshops now that you and John do one. So annoying. Copycats. Thank you for looking out. Thank you for messaging me. But to be honest, I think there needs to be more business workshops. It can't just be John and I. We don't know it all. So if more people are doing business workshops, and there's more opportunity for people to learn and do better, I think that's a great thing. The only thing I would ever have a problem with is if they're teaching bad business workshops. But if there's people out there going out to teach business workshops and helping others, that's all I've ever cared about. That's all I want for people. And also taking breaks from it in a healthy way. I've been reading a lot of books. I really have. And I'll tell you what I'm reading right now. And I'm going to share it all with you, what I'm learning. And I'm going to put that into being y'all's teacher for Hustle and Flow. But I just bought this one. Tools of Titans by Tim Ferriss. That's a big motherfucking book. That's going to take me a hot minute. And then my one that I'm almost done is Dare to Lead by Brene Brown, which this one is really helping me be a better fucking person overall and be better for Hustle and Flow. Just be a better teacher. You know, I'm not perfect. And fuck, I'm far from that. And if you would have asked me 10 years ago what I'd be doing, I wouldn't say this. So I went into this with John. Him too, he feels the same way. Had not a clue what the hell this was going to turn into and how big it's gotten. So we are learning and we are embracing a lot of new challenges for ourselves to make us better versions of ourselves. And I'm going to share a lot of that with you with some new reviews that I have. Actually, I have a little twist on the review thing, but we'll talk about that later. Either later today on my way to Miami or when I get to the hotel in Miami. I'm not sure yet. That black dress I was wearing last night and I switched and I was like, I'll just wear it tomorrow for the party slate party. It's an all white party. I don't wear white clothes mostly because I eat like a slob and I'll stain it within 5 seconds of wearing it. So now we got to go get white outfits. The only thing white I have are these Gucci loafers. God, I hate wearing white. And I got cellulite on the back of my legs. I've always had cellulite, so white just really shows the little dimpies. But body positive, so let's just do it. I don't know why I'm telling you all that. I'm just like stressed now. I wanted to talk to you all about this whole like guest speaker thing, and I've had some people in the past be like, Britt, I thought it was gonna be you and John. Is that better? Natural light? Nothing's better for this face right now. I am a mess. Anyway, so you have to understand something. There is no teacher or educator that knows it all. There's just not. That's just not real life. And John and I, this year, for 2019, for Hustle and Flow workshops, we really want our workshop to be like you come and you're like, damn, I just learned fire. That fire doesn't have to be just from John and I. We know our stuff and we teach it. Don't worry. But when you see guest speakers, it's because they're going to bring fire that's going to be so helpful for you that John and I couldn't bring to the table. So they're not promised. Speakers are subject to change due to availability and stuff like that. And you'll always get John and I, obviously. And we can always teach you all the good shit that you've seen in the reviews. But the guest speakers are like extra. You know, it's that extra bonus. Okay? So we're doing it because we care about the people attending and we just want to give you as much information as we can. That's why our workshops are one long 10-hour day, and that's why it's a lot of information, so you could just soak it all in and learn as much as you can. So I just wanted to explain why we have guest speakers. Guest speakers doesn't mean less of John and I. It just means more information for you. We always teach what we teach. You understand? But when there's a guest speaker, you're just like, okay, I better buckle up because there's most shit I'm going to learn. Like that's what guest speakers are. I make it clear and I'm transparent because I get messages sometimes of people being like, whoa, I saw you have a guest speaker. Does that mean less of you? No, of course not. I got you. I know we know what we want to teach you. We will always bring that. We will always bring that to the table. So I am going to share with you guys a review that we've gotten. And I'm going to be honest with you. Actually, you know what? I'm going to let you read it first, then we'll talk about it. Okay, so I posted it because, it's okay. It's a review, and I wanted to be honest with you all and share that this girl didn't have a 10/10 experience. However, as my own review of the review, I never say we teach about taxes. We can't. It's illegal. You cannot teach about taxes unless you are a financial certified tax person, which we're not. We don't go over workflow. I sell one on the internet for $149, so I don't go over it because it's just a checklist kind of thing. Marketing, I thought that's all we taught about the whole time, because if you know your message to market, you can pick your avenues of marketing. I don't have to show you new avenues. You all know avenues. You can choose the Knot, Wedding Wire, Facebook ads, Instagram. So we teach you how to market yourself so you can pick the avenues to market yourself on. So to be honest, she's allowed to feel how she feels. I feel like John and I always bring as much as we can to show you all the ins and outs of business. But I just wanted to show you a review but I think 7 out of 10 is good. Also, side note, I think Poppy's stalking method, and he gives every attendee a 3-hour free video of Facebook ads that you can watch at your own pace, that he builds one with you. So for $1,500, you get 3 guest speakers, John and I teaching, John's stalking method, and a 3-hour Facebook video. I think that's good. I paid way more on that for groceries before in a week. So I don't know. It's just my little biased opinion, but I never want to not be real as fuck with y'all. So I'm being real and I'm showing you her review.
Let's just say you can outsource those dumbass tasks that take up precious time away from you that's actually costing you fucking money.
Where do you live?
Wait, do you live around here? Live
No,
around
it's
here?
like next door.
It's okay.
No way. So weird. Thank you. Love it.
You need to get apart. And guess what? You're going to have things listen to me. You are going to get judged, you are going to get criticized, and you are going to get doubted more than ever as soon as you go after your dreams. I'm serious. And here's the thing, people are gonna tear you the fuck apart. And guess what? You're gonna have things to be torn apart because you're human. You're gonna make mistakes and you're gonna do dumbass shit and say dumbass shit and get emotional and let that shit get the best of you. But you know what you need to do? You need to still move on. You need to carry on. You need to get up and you need to get out there. You need to keep going after your motherfucking goals and dreams. Listen to me. This has been the hardest year ever for John and I. Personally, business, emotionally, it was awful. If you asked me in the beginning of this year, I really wanted to just give up on everything. I was off social media for almost 3 months, like hardest shit of my life. But I am so glad that shit happened because you know what? I'm stronger than ever now, and so is John. We're even stronger than ever together now. And now we're like, come at me, baby. We don't give a fuck because we went through the worst and we survived. And that is what you need to remember. You need to remember that you are strong. And the reason why you have this desire is because you were meant to go after it. I can't share details right now of the amazing news that John and I got, but because, you know, we signed an NDA and stuff, but we will be able to share soon. But my point is like the bad shit we went through led us to the incredible good shit that is happening in our life and our career right now. We leave Thursday for Italy. We're gone for 8 days. And we got booked for one of the biggest fucking gigs of our career. And I know it wouldn't have happened if we didn't get through or went through what we went through. And because it made us the people that we are now, and the people we are now got us the opportunity that we have been given. So big things happening. I'm so excited to share with you that because I want to, I don't just like to share exciting things to be like, oh, look at me. I want to be like, yo, you know how I fucking got here? You know how I got here? I'm going to show you how. That's why John and I are able to afford this and do all this because we actually teach people the how. This is not a brag show. This is the how show. And I want to show you guys how to fucking get to where you want to be. You know how I know for a fact hurt people? Because I did that. If you would have known me 2 years ago, I was always calling people out. But the truth is like, and at the time I really thought I was doing the right thing by calling out the bullshit in the industry. But I realized I was just coming from a place of hurt of being rejected, hurt of not being the cool kid, hurt of not being taken seriously in business. So I projected that hurt by calling out people that were actually wrong. And I was like, just making shit right. You don't make shit right by calling out the wrong. You make shit right by doing right. Does that make sense? You don't need to sit there and be like, oh, well, this person is that and this person is this. You know what? They're going to either be that or not be that, but like you calling them out, this is drama. I was drama. Do you know what I do now? When people talk shit about me, I'm just like, cool, believe what you want. I'm going to be over here doing what I know is my calling, and that's fucking helping people with their business. You need to do the same. End of fucking story. Oh, Brittany's this, Brittany's that. Cool. If you think I'm this or that or whatever the case, you don't need to call me out. You just need to go do what you feel is right. Oh, Brittany's not that great. She's like mean to people or whatever. Okay, whatever. Then you go start your own workshop in your own community and go be nice to people. And if what you're doing is really right and if what I'm doing is really wrong, quote unquote, then you'll steal all my peoples and they'll go to your workshop and you'll have a better community than me. Put your money where your mouth is. So I'll end it with this. If you are getting a hard time from people about your goals and your dreams and they're cutting you down, just remember that everyone cut me down too. People still do. And what am I doing? Sitting pretty. Sitting pretty in my bank. Sitting pretty in my office. Sitting pretty in my head. Sitting fucking pretty. Okay? Ignore the noise. Ignore the noise. Run away so fucking far from it that you can't even hear the noise anymore. I just heard that. Something of that nature. It was from Angie Lee, and it was the dopest shit I've ever heard. If anyone ever gives you a hard time or criticizes you or judges you, all you need to do is not respond. I've been told that many times, and I just finally got the fucking hang of that this year. Or two, you just gotta say something like, do you shit in a toilet? And they're gonna be like, yes. Be like, oh, me too. You're no better than me. We both fucking shit our brains out in toilets. Don't judge me. Okay, we're about to leave, but I didn't even realize One of my tarot reading cards that I pulled was aloneness, which at first I was like, what does that mean? But it explained that that is very different than loneliness. Aloneness, and on the card it was someone holding like a stick that's growing a branch with leaves on it, and there's like a glow of light around them walking into the darkness. And it pretty much said that like I am the person that is going to bring light into the darkness, and I have to do this alone because this is something that I am passionate about, and this is something that I am meant to do as an individual. So it really meant a lot for me to see that, because 3 years ago when I had the idea of Hustle and Flow, like it did feel very alone at first because John didn't support it. He didn't think it was a good idea, and I still went into it believing that this is something that I know is going to change the industry, and it did. So I pulled that card, and I wonder what is next for me in life. Getting the life you want is about setting intention. Now, right now, my daughter, and I get to hang storms are the brightest days. Actually, I forgot who sent this to me, but it was a couple months ago, but it was a quote. If you aren't embarrassed of who you were a year ago, then you haven't grown. And I was like, damn. Like, I don't want any of you to ever feel like you should be ashamed of what you've done or what you've been through or what you've said. Or listen to me. Growth is growth. And you can't grow if you don't recognize and look back at the old you and be like, ugh, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, just be proud that you see it from a perspective of growth, all right? Don't be too hard on yourself. We're all just human beings trying to figure out life. Just don't be an asshole while you're trying to figure out life. I've been an asshole. God, I've been the biggest of assholes. I'm sure you've been an asshole. We've all been assholes. We all have assholes. But my point to all this is like, do what's right after you've been an asshole. Because if we all just keep cultivating behavior of assholeness, then it's just going to be a shit show. No pun intended. This year was the biggest life lesson that John and I were served. And I truly believe that it had to happen for John and I to really realign a lot of our process of things, I guess you could say, and like the way we approach things and all that. And then the year went on, and a lot of great, wonderful things have happened. And then now, this week has served another purpose. And I truly believe that challenges happen to you because you must learn from it. Otherwise, you will not. So I need you all to know that sometimes life is going to hand you cards that you're like, why? Why is this happening? But it's because through the toughest and darkest storms are the brightest days ahead and after that. Actually, I forgot who sent this to me, but it was a couple months ago, but it was a quote. If you aren't embarrassed of who you were a year ago, then you haven't grown. And I was like, damn. Like, I don't want any of you to ever feel like you should be ashamed of what you've done or what you've been through or what you've said. Or listen to me. Growth is growth. And you can't grow if you don't recognize and look back at the old you and be like, ugh, what the fuck was I thinking? Like, just be proud that you see it from a perspective of growth, all right? Don't be too hard on yourself. We're all just human beings trying to figure out life. Just don't be an asshole while you're trying to figure out life. I've been an asshole. God, I've been the biggest of assholes. I'm sure you've been an asshole. We've all been assholes. We all have assholes. But my point to all this is like, do what's right after you've been an asshole. Because if we all just keep cultivating behavior of assholeness, then it's just going to be a shit show. No pun intended. Person thing, the amount of times that I have been told to be the bigger person and to not have a voice and to not speak up is unreal. I honestly, if I could get paid for every time I should be the bigger person, I'd be a fucking millionaire at this point. And I've been thinking about this whole bigger person thing the past weekend. That's why I've been quiet on here. And I think it's a bullshit ass excuse. Be the bigger person. Say nothing. Do nothing. Don't add fuel to the fire. Can we talk about why there's even a fire in the first place? Oh no, we can't. That's drama. Drama isn't confronting the situation. Drama is the person who's fueling the situation. How are we all ever going to make change in our industry, in our circles, in the world, if we're all scared to speak up? Listen, I'm not perfect. I've done some dumbass, mean girl shit in my past before. Like, I've been a dumbass, especially on the internet, being a little fucking typing warrior. And I've learned from that. And I own up to my shit. That's the problem. People don't want to own up to their shit. And it's funny because we are in this time where everyone is preaching, be yourself, own your shit. Life can be messy, but everyone is still hiding the messy, being two-faced, being fake. And if anyone has the courage to speak up, they're the ones that get judged for being drama. It's really fucked up. And I am here to let you know that do not take the road that's easier. Don't take the road that's easier. You know what that is? Saying nothing. Hating confrontation, doing nothing. Don't take that road. Take the road that is in line with your morals and values, and you be a voice. Could you imagine if I listened to everyone 3 years ago about hustle and flow? Do you know how many people's businesses would not be succeeding if I gave up on hustle and flow with John? If we gave up? You know how many fucking haters and critics we have? But at the end of the day, I know we are making change. And that change starts with speaking the fuck up. The reason why I'm sharing all this with you all, because I'm sure you all have like your own personal shit that goes on in your life. And you have to understand that I'm coming from a place of always having to choose. And let me tell you something. It is much easier to shut up. It is much easier to be the bigger person and do nothing. A lot less heartache and headaches, I can tell you that. But then I go to lay my head down at night and I'm like, fuck that. Change doesn't happen when you're sitting in the nosebleed seats. Change happens when you have the guts to go into the fucking arena. And that's putting yourself out there. That's standing up for yourself. That's speaking up when you see some fucked up shit. It's not for everyone. But for those that are watching my Instagram stories that feel that fucking burn right here, that's like, damn, this is what I need to do. I'm here to tell you that it's worth it. Let me show you why it's worth it. Let me show you why I continue to push, hustle, and flow and stand by my ground. Imagine the doors that will open for you and how many people you could help if you did the same thing. You'll have your own story. Here's mine. I have 100 more screenshots like that. I really do. Probably 200-300 to be honest, if I go through all my phone. My point to that is I will never give up hustle and flow. I don't care what the critics say. I don't care what the haters say, because those people are not my purpose. My purpose is for you, the person watching this, and you're burning right here and you're like, I understand hustle and flow and its purpose and its intention, and I want to be part of it. You are always welcomed at our table. And I'm giving you that courage that whatever it is in your life, it doesn't matter for those few small cornered people that are like, nah, you shouldn't do that. Shut up. Thank you. That's enough. If you know your purpose, I want you to go for it, just like I went for it with hustle and flow. And look at now. Look at it now. I literally was judged recently because I guess like a month ago, I was on my way to a waxing appointment to get my waxed. And I talked about that on Instagram stories, and I was judged for that. I was judged for a wax. Fuck people who judge. Why are we all preaching being authentic, and then when people are putting themselves out there to be authentic, they're getting judged? It's bullshit, and I'm here to break the motherfucking bullshit. Be who you want to be. I'm hoping that's a good and real and honest person. Like, obviously I don't want you to be who you want to be as an asshole, because then people like me will be like, you're an asshole. But my point is like, own your shit, love yourself, because if we keep looking for validation from people in our industry or our friends or family, like, they're gonna let you down, because people are people. You can't let you down. Do you know what I mean? Show up for you. And trust me, this is hard advice. I know it is, because like, I'm sitting here and I'm like, why do I do this with Hustle and Flow? Like, the amount of hate and criticism and judgment, I honestly just want to like shut it down, run away, and like just live a more peaceful life. This is hard. But then life sexy red light. It's Hue Lights, if anybody wants to know, and you can use it in any lamp. I have them all over my house, and you can change the colors. So if you don't have one, you should get one, because they're fun. John and I did a podcast interview today with Angie Lee. I am so excited for that to be live, and all of you listen. It is, I mean, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but it's pretty good. I've been following her for a while now, and I really, really, really love the content and the useful information that she puts out. So if you're not following her, give her a follow. And that is straight from the heart, because I really like her. And y'all know I don't like everybody. So today I was hanging out with John, working, and I was like, hey, when are we launching our podcast? And John's like, meh, I don't know if we should launch it. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, yeah, whatever, podcast. We don't need to do a podcast. And I was like, we already recorded 5 episodes because we're launching in January. Or so I thought. And he was like, nah, I don't know. Should we do it? I'm like, yes. He's like, I don't know. I don't know if I want to. And I'm like, oh, what? Going into business with your partner can be so amazing, and it can also drive you a little nuts. Like, what do you mean, John? What do you mean? He's not with me right now. He's at the office doing his e-com mastermind right now, which is great. Like, it's awesome. I love the e-com thing, but it's like, you want to do the e-com thing, but you don't want to do a podcast thing? I don't know. I don't know where his head at with it. You know, when we were talking about it today, we ended up getting busy because we had like phone meetings and a podcast interview. So I never got around back to bringing it up to him. So I guess I got to just like, because I really want to do it. So can y'all like help a girl out? Can you tell John that a podcast is severely needed with the Hustle and Flow brand? I'll have a poll right here. The more of you poll, the more we'll convince Poppy. All right, everyone. I have a new Hustle and Flow Stay Home Challenge. And if you get this, then you will win a 30-minute free Zoom call with yours truly. Okay, you have to flip the toilet paper by twerking. Wait, I know this. I got hair in my mouth. I know this can work. Hold on. Damn it. Fuck. One more time. It's possible. I saw it on TikTok. Also, the flip has to be like landing back on your butt, pretty much, or like your lower back, not off your back. It's supposed to like, you're supposed to twerk and it flips over and lands back on your back. Did I explain that right?
Whoa. You got it! You got it!
Okay, stop.
Let's just talk this. You oh. Right, that toilet paper. With that being, and I'm gonna help with the girl the other day.
I don't fucking like you.
What?
I said I don't fucking like you.
You don't like me?
No.
Gonna lie, it's a really fucking busy day for me. We're signing the lease to the Hustle House, which is very exciting, but I don't want to make this shit about me. Fuck me right now. Not fuck, you know what I'm trying to say. And if anybody feels like they want to use my platform to fucking be heard, be seen, absolute message me. I will do so. I will do whatever I need to do. I know I shouldn't be driving Instagram stories, but I'm in a garage right now, okay? Abso-fucking-lutely. Whatever you need. Whatever I can do. It ain't about me, so whatever I can do to help, okay? All right. I just want to say something really quick. I'm not going to look at the camera because I'm driving. But I was looking at old photos last night of Hustle and Flow workshops. And it was predominantly white people attending my workshops. And I used to be that bitch that got defensive and say, well, I can't control who buys tickets. But that's lack of ownership. Like, if my profile and my content doesn't resonate with people of color and they don't feel welcomed or safe to come to a Hustle and Flow, then I need to step it the fuck up. I'm at a red light now. So anyone that runs events or is a leader and you're like, well, I can't control who signs up. Actually, you fucking can. So do better. Me too. Me fucking too. Now it's funny, you got big time motherfucking leaders that preach about fucking taking messy action, lean into your fear, but they're not taking messy action when it comes to ownership, that they're blind to their own racism because they're scared to be embarrassed or they're white and fragile. Y'all ain't taking into your messy action now. Y'all ain't fucking leaning into your fear now that it comes to you. But you want to fucking preach to everyone else that they need to lean into their fears. And now that the fear is turned around on you, because you're fucking embarrassed because you've been done fucked up, now you don't want to take messy action. Now you want to say, oh, well, this is for business platform. This isn't about fucking different, right? No, it's not. I'm not driving. Another thing with this messy action shit, so many white leaders have literally said, I just don't want to say the wrong thing. What happened to messy action? Oh, but now you don't want to do messy action because you're so scared to say the wrong thing. Again, it's about you. Again, it's about your fucking feelings. Take the messy action. Someone will call you out, hopefully respectfully, but honestly, you'll be fine either way. Okay? And then you apologize, you own up, and then you do better. It's just so funny. The wrong thing, or they want to shut the fuck up. Done a decent job, like she said, but that ain't fucking enough. The work don't stop there. That's not enough. That's actually, I read that and I was like, done a decent job, like she said, but that ain't fucking enough. The work don't stop there. That's it. I'm not talking to the camera anymore today. I really don't want to take up this space for me. Just stay watching for Hustle and Flow because I want y'all to just see the action. I don't know if I can talk about it.
An educator and happily take Black people's money. I am stunned by the outpouring of responses to my post and truly stunned and disgusted by the lack thereof or the responses of complete defensiveness. I'm not trying to attack anyone, but I call it like I see it. And here's the thing, if you are going to brand yourself as a leader and educator and happily take Black people's money for your courses, your events, your presets, your programs, but then stay silent when they actually need you, to me, you're just standing on the side of the oppressor because you were fucking silent. And look, I know that because of the color of my skin, I am seen as passionate. But if I was a Black person, if I was a Black woman, I would be immediately put into the angry Black woman category. I am fully aware of my privilege, and that is why I am standing up. Because if you are going to brand yourself as a leader, then you need to fucking be one. Stand up for what's right. And here's the thing, is like, I don't want people to keep resharing that post because I want things to stay. You know, I want to make space for Black voices and more valuable content out there. But here's the thing. Keep sharing that post. Do not keep being little keyboard warriors in the comments. Go to the people that you look up to. Go to the people that you have bought courses, programs, presets from, gone to their events. And if you go to their account and you see that they haven't posted anything, or if they've just posted a little holding hands gif where it says love is love, DM them directly, comment on their most recent post, and ask them why they're not standing up. Because here's the thing, if you're going to ignore the Black community, I am going to make sure that your silence does not go unignored.